today. From Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina, it's Week 16 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Teddy Bridgewater and the Carolina Panthers taking on Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Well, it is just the perfect time of year for a trip to the Carolinas, and that's where we find ourselves at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Carolina Panthers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Panther ball club as they interplay here. They've been in a great groove. Winners of 7 of their last 10 on the year.
And going back through the tape, I thought they looked pretty good last week. It was a solid win, a comprehensive win.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Bucs. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This one fielded at the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Here we go.
Now here comes Teddy Bridgewater, first-round pick back in 2014 as he looks to command this Panther offense.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
McCaffrey, the ball carrier.
The numbers for McCaffrey last week. 20 carries, 135 yards. Big game.
He's having a nice season, and he knows where he ranks in the league. Don't ever let a running back tell you that they don't know that. They do. So what he's doing now is lobbying the offensive coordinator all week long. Hey, how about a few more touches? He's one big game away from maybe leading the league.
Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4.
Brings up 3rd.
From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So, second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely, this early. Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. Forced out to it. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. And the Buccaneers have it.
Bridgewater on the keeper.
Always fun to get a peek at Tom Brady as he gets in place to command this offense for Tampa Bay.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win,
Wait, that's 53! 33! Get that quarterback at all costs! Check.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Brady. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
First down, Tampa.
From the gun, it's Brady. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack.
Thompson.
Shaq Thompson making his presence felt on the sack. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Another try after the first down sack. Brady, that's complete to his receiver, Godwin. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
But it brings up 3rd.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up 4th. Now it's 1st.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
To throw again on 2nd down. Brady. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers.
Touchdown.
Chris Godwin with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bucs have taken a first-quarter lead. Personally, for him, a great opening drive. He had 3 catches, including the touchdown.
That felt like tremendous scouting, great film watching, and creating a game plan to start this off, not only to get him involved, but to send a message to the defense. You can have a lot to handle in this one.
And that one gives the Bucs a 7-0 lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs.
Bradley Pinion.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And the division title, that's out of reach. We know that. This is as good a spot, Charles. They start on the ground with McCaffrey, and he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, kind of just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Nice 3rd down conversion at even 20 yards.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else, End up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking first down.
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater finds his big tight end, Mo Alley Cox. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. Bridgewater hits his target, the tight end, Mo Alley Cox. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. That catch good for only a couple. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Bridgewater. And incomplete.
Bridgewater's pass thrown to the sideline and incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 8 yards to go.
First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. To the air again with Bridgewater. The Bucs defense stiffens and pushes this to 4th down.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This will be from 56 yards out, and his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out.
Makes the score Buccaneers 7, Panthers 3.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be... The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard
With the Bucs offense making their way back out on the field, let's take a look at the playoff picture, Charles, coming into the weekend in the NFC. And for them right now, not a done deal. They are holding down...
Wait, 20! Come to my world! We want it! Come to my place!
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. Space to maneuver at the 40. It's caught by Mike Evans. And finally, down at the 41-yard line. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Brady. That's complete to his running back, Evans. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one good for 21 yards. And it'll give him a fresh set of downs.
Buccaneers.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Buccaneers 7, Panthers 3.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now Brady. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
13 yards. 1st down, Tampa Bay.
Brady to throw again. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Looking to throw again on second down. Brady, quick slant to Brown. And the Buccaneers are going to have a first and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
Again, they'll throw with Brady. Looking in zone, but it's incomplete. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, second and goal. Now Brady again. And he's got it. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's third and goal. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short. What a stand so far defensively. And now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal. Well, let's see what they do. They're knocking on the door here in the second quarter.
And you know what you look at on your play sheet? Your 2-point conversion plays. Because you've drawn up a number of them in today's football. You don't just have 1 or 2 for the game. You have more like 6 or 7. Which one do you like here? Because that's essentially what you're going for right now. That spot of the field, call one of those and go get 6.
And this winds up a disaster, nowhere near the marker. The run is turned away on 4th and goal from the 2. And the Panthers defense able to deliver the goal line stand. Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. And defensively, they were ready for that. A full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop them short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
On second down, McCaffrey. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Bridgewater going to give this to McCaffrey. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
Here's Michael Pilardi now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position where we were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence, not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Shotgun now for Brady. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Big O.J. Howard, his intended target. And it's 3rd down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Brady looking downfield for Godwin. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Intercepted.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
We got 3, Best, we got 3.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now this throw caught left side. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. And he fires one that's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it.
By the Buccaneers.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Again, we see Tom Brady and the Bucs set to take over. He's got the lead here in the 2nd quarter. He's
Wait, 20. Check 33. Ready? Tight left. We got 4. Regular.
So after the INT, it's Brady. He finds his tight end Howard. That's complete.
Brady's pass. Complete.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Brings up
To throw is Brady. And now a fumble. Brady loses the football. And the Panthers have recovered.
Teddy Bridgewater sacked. A fumble on the play.
He let one slip away last week as well, so now 2 fumbles lost in as many weeks.
Well, we were out at practice, and we watched him work. And what did his quarterback coach talk about all week?
Being a 2-hand monster.
And we looked at each other. 2-hand monster.
Ready? 45. Watch the pass. 45, Mike, 45.
Bridgewater now after the fumble recovery. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Check 45.
Throwing again, Bridgewater on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, a Panther was able to get on this, so Carolina keeps the ball. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down.
45. Mike, 45.
Here's McCaffrey, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, I think it's back to the drawing board, or should I say in today's game, the Surface tablet after this drive. 3 plays, they go backwards. They will look like they've gotten something going right there, but they'll have to punt the football away to end this one.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fights him off. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime.
19-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. So we've reached intermission here in a low-scoring game. 7-3 is our score. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach!
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. Some critical games going on as teams fight for those final playoff berths. Let's get you around the NFL here in a busy Week 16. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, not a lot of offense to go around. 7-3 is our score. Will we see things open up in the second half?
The Bucs with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. Taken in at the 3. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 30.
Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10.
Hey, Ted, round 80. Round 80. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. Mike, check 33. Hey, ball 66.
The second half starts with a carry by Jones. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37.
He's brought down.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Again, it's Jones. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards there and a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10.
Here I come. Here I come. Here I come. Here I come. Get him.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. Yetur Gross-Matos there to bring him down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Check 52.
From just shy of midfield, Brady under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Bud Dupree has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
So Brady and the Bucs need to work a little magic. 3rd and long after that last sack. Operating from the gun, Brady. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. A good grab there by the former Central Michigan man, Antonio Brown.
And he ate up some real estate on the catch, too, didn't he? I think the most impressive part of it, though, if there's a chance for him to get the football, even though he was covered well, he somehow finds a way to get it.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Ronald Jones.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
From the gun, Brady. He'll drop this underneath for Jones. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 23. Give them 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn them a fresh set of downs.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Now a first down carry by Jones. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
65, 65, 65. Watch the shift. Watch the shift. Hey, 66.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Brady gives this one off to Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. They'll go again to Jones. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Again, the ball carrier.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down.
Shift. Watch the shift.
Now Jones. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Here's Dustin Hopkins now to try the field goal.
For the field goal, a 27-yard attempt.
Hopkins' kick is good.
The kick is...
And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3.
Panthers 3.
Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he's into the clear. 30, 20, touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. They've done a good job of holding him down in the first half, but he explodes for a big one right there.
Yeah, I've got an image in my head of him being surrounded by a bunch of people, really, with ropes and other things trying to keep him locked in. But eventually they get tired, too. And just as you noted, he broke out.
And it's a guy that usually you can only keep down for so long. Point after, right down the middle. And we are even at 10 apiece. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That's the end of the third quarter.
1 quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun, Brady over the middle to Evans.
Brady.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It'll be a gain of 11, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
Let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration.
From the gun, Brady. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A little surprise pays off on 3rd and 1. Pass instead of run. Gets him 15 yards.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Switch. Hey, check it.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Jones, and he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory.
Ball carrier.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away, and they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
A gain there of 21 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Wait, Eddie! Watch the screen, watch the screen! Watch the screen! Let's go, Mike 42, Mike 42! Hey, tighten down, there you go. Mike 42, Mike 53, lead now!
On 1st down, Jones. Oh, and now some space to operate. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Not scared. Mike 42, Mike 42.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
Jones again.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Sugar.
Jones.
Here we go.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Give them a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the 1st down marker was and getting there.
A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Kill.
On the ground with Vaughn. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
It's a loss of 5. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 8-yard line.
Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got it 2nd and goal as they look to grab a late lead. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and goal.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Let's go, Mike 42, Mike 42. Check tight end, check tight. Check tight. Hey, check 24.
From the 10, this is 3rd and goal. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This for the lead in the final stages. And Hopkins' kick is good. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
For 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Bridgewater and the Panthers now. Down 13-10. A minute 12 to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down.
He's coming, double up.
He's back to throw. And it's incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Hey, check.
Now Bridgewater. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up third down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
45.
Bridgewater. And he comes back with one complete. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Bridgewater to throw. A short throw. This is caught by Cox.
That's good.
And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Well, I'm no coach, but there's just not time right now for throws that short.
Yeah, sometimes you can't just take what the defense gives you. As Coach Madden liked to say, sometimes you have to take what you want.
Good. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movement. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
45. Mike, 45.
Back to throw. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick is good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds.
13 all.
So a money kick there in the final seconds, and now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
Antonio Brown on the return. The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
What I would do is either hand it off inside.
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. And we have free football overtime. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out, This is exactly how it should end, going to overtime, because neither one got an advantage today.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
And this will be incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the intended target. And now it's third down.
You got to remember, because now that we're in overtime, mistakes get magnified. So you got to walk that line between being aggressive and being careful, because that was a dangerous throw right there. You obviously could not have an interception in this spot.
And nearly was an interception. He's lucky to get that one back. The temptation to go for it probably there. Always is, especially in overtime. Gotta punt it, though.
I think you're right. I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially play a little field position here. But you're so right about the temptation. Another way to satisfy that, though, line up in punt formation and fake it. That's another way to get it done.
And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Now part 1 is done, now part 2.
Tighten up.
First throw of overtime for Brady. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A good pickup there, a 22.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
Brady now on first down. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. Bud Dupree, a former first-round pick, in on the stop. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a first and goal.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Two minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This just a 24-yard attempt. And he got it. The kick is good. In overtime, he's able to split the uprights. And the Bucs take a 3-0 lead. We thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance that field goes from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for them, too, because they have to do their job.